and that you have full permission to use this recording in whole or in part any way you want to. And I hope you make a bunch of money with it. And if you do make $100 bazillion, that's the exact number, then the next time we get together, the first round of drinks is on you. Does that sound like an agreeable proposition?
Yes, I can neither affirm nor deny such allegations. Or
there you
yes,
go. But don't tell any of the grown-ups, okay? It'll just be our secret there. Okay, here we go. We're ready. Gallery view, standing by. We are ready to go. Okay, everything's set on your side.
I believe so.
All right, here we go. And we will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2. You know, the community of Steemit is amazing. The people that are there are creative, create content, and we have a community that is scattered around the world. We get a chance to learn about each other. And one of the people that has really brought a lot of information to many, made me smile and helped me learn a lot, is a person named Papa Pepper. And Papa Pepper is joining us now from his home, his offices out there in Arkansas. Papa Pepper, good to have you with us today.
Good to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Well, you have done so much for the Steemit community. As a matter of fact, I even built the special screen here so I can put this in here. Right? Are you impressed with that?
I am impressed with that. I would have written your name on a sheet of paper to hold next to my head if I knew, but...
You know, we couldn't have done that. You know, well, I got it right up here, you know, subtly there that it says terrybrock.com so people see it. But folks, you'll see this is who he is. This gentleman has done a lot to help people. He's done many, many activities, helping people, coming up with ideas to help those that are getting started. That's why I wanted to have him on this special Steemit Success Series. So, Papa Pepper, I'll have you to help us a little bit for those that, the 2 people on the planet that don't know you yet. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got to Arkansas.
Oh, Arkansas. Yeah, that's an interesting story. Pretty much, you know, you live your life, you're with your parents, you get turned loose. When I got turned loose, you know, at 18, I just kind of went and partied it up, did a whole bunch of stuff for a long time, kind of actually lived a life where I was hoping or planning on being dead by 30. Because then you get to have a bunch of fun and you're dead and you're gone and it's over with, you don't have to deal with anything anymore. And I met my wife at a job we were working at, and something started changing, and we wound up getting together, wound up getting married at church, just hearing the gospel of Jesus Christ, and came out of all the drugs, all the alcohol, everything else, and became a faithful man, an honest man, those type of things. And as we've kind of started on that path, we realized that really the American dream, where you have this, you know, white picket fence in front of your house, you've got your dog, your 2.5 kids, she's got her job, I've got my job. We realized it just wasn't for us. And what we wanted was a family that could be together. So she quit her job and I started paying all the bills. We started having children. We still haven't stopped. So we've got 5 kids so far. We homeschool them. And then part of moving to Arkansas was if we could drop the cost of living, which would increase the quality of life. So there's places you can still get land for like $1,000 an acre. I know people who spend more than $1,000 a month just to live, you know, in whatever they're renting. Well, here I could own, you know, an acre for $1,000 outright. And we figured, well, if we buy land and we own it, and if we build a house out of pocket, then those are 2 bills we just don't have. I won't have to pay mortgage. I won't have to pay rent. And we figured the more we could drop the cost of living, the better chance whatever money we still needed, I could make from home together as a family. And then I could be home with the kids as well. So that way we could live our life together. So that's what led us.
I like that. That's a simple life that makes sense. Yeah, but you do have to give up the hustle and the all the telecommuting and all the mean bosses and all that. You do have to give that up, and you have to endure clean, fresh air where you're living, right?
Right, yeah, and, you know, traffic jams.
But I'm thinking that could be really good.
So it's the path we're on right now.
Exactly, and you know the beauty of where we are today, and what. Yeah, the path that you're on right now. And that's the beauty of where we are today is we can do this now with all kinds of things. You've got internet connection, obviously, that's very good because your signal is coming through right now. And you're in a rural environment. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're up in the middle of the Ozark Mountains. And actually, I'm tethered to my phone right now for internet just to make sure I don't lose my signal.
Ah, very good. Well, you adapt and adjust, to make it work there. And so I think that's great. Now, you have been very successful in Steemit. You've helped a lot of people and you've been very successful. The reputation of 77, as we can see here on this, I put that in there so all the kids at home can see what's going on. And those are the raw numbers. How'd you do it? And what advice would you give to someone who's getting started, feeling maybe a little bit overwhelmed and wondering, how do I get into this Steemit thing and make some money and build a community?
Sure. The one thing with me is I never really spent any time online before. I've sent a couple emails before Steemit. I've looked at some videos on YouTube and checked a little bit of Craigslist, and that was about it. There really wasn't a reason for me to be online because life's so busy anyway. However, then Steemit comes along, it gives you the opportunity to potentially earn something for your time, and I thought, well, let's test this thing out. And right away, I was very impressed, just because it doesn't make any sense. It seems like it shouldn't work, yet there we have it. So one thing that I did almost immediately is I began to become very engaging in the community. If you see, I have over 30,000 posts right now. That's posts and comments. So I try to interact with people on a frequent basis. And then also I'm creating content multiple times a day on a daily basis. So pretty much wherever somebody
That's a
looks,
lot.
yeah, wherever somebody looks, they can see me. And my content's also varied. I may do some poetry, some photography, some fiction, some how-to, a video. So pretty much anywhere people look, they had an opportunity to potentially stumble across something that I'd been up to. And I think that part of it is what people forget is, they'll compare their post, which may be way better than somebody else's, and they'll compare it to, somebody getting a big payout. And they'll say, well, my post is much better. Why don't I get a payout? And it's kind of not only the content, but who you are. If people don't know who you are, if they've never heard of you, the opportunity for them to come across your post is very slim.
Yeah, that makes sense. And but there's a way to keep building community. And one of the things you did, I'm going to share this with our folks at home, is that you sent me this. Now, I have not opened this. This is a packet, ladies and gentlemen, that I received from Papa Pepper. He sent this through snail mail, spent a whole whopping $1.19. Can you see that there? $1.19 on this. And he told me I can't open it. Now, I'll tell you, there were times this package was in trouble. I was about ready to open it because I was really curious, but I have not. And so till this moment, it has remained unopened. So Papa Pepper, I'm going to turn the floor over to you here and have you tell us what's going on with us and what you might have inside here for Terry.
Sure. As people know, I'm a giver. I like sharing with people. I like blessing people. I like doing things. And I also have a big interest in some of the other creatures like scorpions, black widows, snakes, stuff like that, which not everyone's into. But I try to expose people to these type of things and kind of share things with them. And I think, just giving a gift to somebody else is a great way to really start a friendship as well. So if you're comfortable with opening that now, you can go ahead and open that.
Okay, so let's see. I'm going to open it here. Is there anything I should be aware of? You mentioned snakes and things like that. Is there anything I should be aware of in here?
You'll have to open it to find out.
I have to open it. Okay, we're opening it up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm opening it up here. See it like this. I'm going to reach inside here. It's kind of a lumpy thing here, which is interesting. Okay, paper. There we are. Paper. And we're going to open this. I'm wondering, here we go. Okay, it's slowly opening up, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and this is doing really well in that green screen thing. Look at that, how it's flashing around. What is happening there? We're really having some fun with it. There we go. Okay, we're opening this other here. We didn't time this to happen just as we did it, but it's doing it. Okay, and there's another, yet inside, there's another envelope here, which is kind of interesting. I'm going to close this off just a moment there. You don't see me, and then we'll come back. Sometimes that corrects it and makes it a little bit better. There we go. That seemed to clean. Okay, and inside that other envelope is, looks like a silver something. A Steemit silver dollar. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a 1 pure ounce of silver, the Steam community one. So,
well, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. I'm getting paid on Steemit, and I'm getting paid here in real money. That's the first time I've actually been paid doing the program here. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it.
Well, I think what that is too is it's a small example of what can happen when you bring these different talented and creative people together. This was an idea that Seven Wilson had down in Florida there by you, and I got together with some other people and eventually they had a limited edition 1,500 Steemit silver rounds minted. And unfortunately, it all happened so quick. There wasn't really any high profile accounts that did any promotion posts on it. So a lot of people were just completely unaware it happened. Here's the first time in Steemit history it happened. There's only 1,500 of them. So I actually got like 60 of them and have been just giving them away to different people in the community because, you know, this is a piece of our history together that most people otherwise wouldn't really have the opportunity to get their hands on.
Yeah. I see the note here. You say, I thought that you might enjoy this small piece of our Steemit history. Be blessed, at Papa Pepper, and drew a little graphic there. Thank you so much. That is very kind and very thoughtful of you. And by the way, those of you that are watching this, look at what just happened. I had no idea what this was. And he did something that is unusual, out of the ordinary, and very positive, important, all of that. This is a way to stand out and be successful in life. What this young man is doing right now is really important. Part of the reason why he is adored and admired by so many of us in the Steemit community. Again, thank you so much, Papa Pepper, for doing that.
You're welcome.
Very good. Well, these are the kind of things that are important, and I think that's one example of what someone can do to build relationships. And as you're getting started in the Steemit community, it's much like communities everywhere. Do something positive, something that makes the other feel good. What would be some other recommendations you would give as we kind of have all the kids sitting down here looking up at us? You know, we're doing the Steemit class here and helping them on that. What would you recommend for them to be aware of to be successful in Steemit?
Well, a couple things I would say would just be yourself. A lot of people try to pretend things, they try to fake things, and then even if you're making connections, they're not real because you're faking it. So I'd just be yourself. You know, find your actual niche, find your actual group of people, find your actual community, and build real relationships with them. Another thing is that you know, just with the originality, the creativity, that stuff, whatever you're into, just run with it. I like snakes and other things. You know, many people comment on my posts that they don't like snakes, but there they are upvoting, checking out, commenting, that type of stuff. And then one thing that I would really highly recommend too as you move forward is find a way to generate an interest in you. One thing that I recommend is if people are really trying to do a good job, I would recommend trying to post daily. That way your followers know that every day, even if they miss you in their feed, they can come to your blog and they can find something new.
Now, by every day, do you mean 7 days a week, or is that 5 days a week, or like you saying, how many days a week are we talking about?
Every day, 7. And normally
7 days. In
my entire kind of history on Steemit, it's probably averaged 3 a day for the past year and a half.
Okay.
And
but the goal is 7.
Yeah. Just do 7 a week. And then also series are really good because if you start a series, you can reel people in and they come back for the next one. And then, of course, the other one that works really well is contests.
Yeah, you do a lot with contests. Tell us a little bit more about that. And those of you watching this right now, look at the contest that he has. Tell us maybe an example of what you've done and what you've learned from it and how people benefit from that.
Sure. Yeah, early on, I knew that contests were going to be something that would keep people interested and kind of get your name out there because then people are mentioning you too. If they do a post, you know, to enter in the contest or something, they're dropping your name. They're leaving links to your posts. So I've got a couple going on right now. Interestingly enough, Kafka Anarchy 84 out in Japan, he saw these and he said, hey, so he wrote a song for a contest that didn't exist. And it was pretty much, you know, Papa Pepper, give me one of those. And he says, I'm just going to put this out there. And, you know, this is for a contest you're not running yet, but you should. So then I did. And that one's, I think, closing out tomorrow. But where I just, you know, pick one. I got a combination photography contest where people just have to take a picture that has at least a plant and an animal in it. And I thought that that'd be interesting because it's something we're all exposed to. It's something in the world, you know, in Orlando, in the Ozarks, wherever you are. And it also kind of lets us get a glimpse into everyone else's life too. There's some people in South Africa, incredible flowers with, you know, chameleons on them and stuff. Like, I wish I lived in that environment. And that's part of it too. When you're in a global community on Steemit, I always point out to people, the stuff that is common and everyday to you is stuff that you should really be posting because you're in a global community and it's exotic and rare and fantastic to somebody else on the other side of the world. And although it may be your daily life, it's really interesting to them. And even as I've transitioned kind of out of the city into the middle of the woods doing these things, a lot of people are like, hey, this is very different than what I'm up to, but I really like it. And then also one of my longest running contests right now is the Wild and Strange contest. And people often ask me how I came
Wild
up.
and strange contest. Tell us
Yeah,
about that.
people often ask me how I came up with the idea, and I'm not even sure, but I wanted something that would kind of span the whole spectrum. So what we do is we run it in 5 rounds. The first round is you take a picture, and I'll have some sort of requirement. Sometimes it's, a Steamian with the Steamit logo or something, but they take a picture, and then the winning picture we turn into artwork. So people have done it with Mr. Boom did it with Play-Doh. People do it with coffee, with painting, with digital art. So then the winning photo for round 2 gets turned into artwork. For round 3, we make a meme out of it. So we just add some funny text to the top or bottom, turn it into something. And then round 4, we turn it into a poem. And then the winning poem in round 5 becomes the lyrics for a song. So you start out with a photo that turns into art, that turns into a meme, that turns into poetry, that turns into a song. And pretty much no matter what your talents or hobbies are, I mean, anyone can make a meme. Anyone can kind of take a picture. Maybe not everyone likes poetry or songwriting, but then we put all this stuff together to create some strange, fantastic end result, and winners all along the way.
I like it. Well, that is amazing what you've done with that. And those of you watching this, think about what he just said. He's taking it, he's getting something that's fun, that's unusual, and it gives a lot of interest to others. So think about how you can do that and where you are. You go, well, we just live here. I see it like that. Well, yeah, but we don't live there. Think about how you can use your cameras, how you can go out and get some video, get some shots. Be creative. You're going to probably fall down a couple times. Don't worry. And you'll do something. You go, ooh, nobody liked that. That's okay. You're in a community that's all cheering you on along as you do it. And we want to make sure that we see the community grow even more. Well, now, Papa Pepper, you have done a lot also with homesteading. Tell us a little bit about what you've done there. I know you've got a lot of videos devoted to that and have done very well, but just kind of in a capsule version, let us know what that is, how you're doing it, and what you encourage people to do regarding it.
Sure. I think that, we could all agree we live a physical life. And in your physical life, you need physical things like a place to live, water to drink, and food to eat. So what homesteading does is it tries to be more self-sufficient, not just for the sake of not needing to be dependent upon people, although there is some good wisdom in that too, but as well, that you would be taking care of your own needs so you could drop the cost of living. The more, if I can plant a seed that cost me a fraction of a cent and get a meal out of it for my family, that's a whole lot less money that I have to go out and earn. And I used to say, a penny saved is a penny earned, but me, Tarzan on Steamit, pointed out actually for every penny you save, that's 2 pennies you don't have to earn because you don't have to pay taxes. So it's an even better way to do things because it's just less money that I need. Truly, a lot of people spend a lot of their life just making money for other people. And one thing that I like too about a lot of people in the homesteading community and then that mindset is just avoiding debt. There's so many people out there who don't own their educations, they don't own their vehicles, they don't own anything in their house because it's all on the credit card, they don't own their house, and they're going to pay a lot of extra money just in interest. And I'm sick of making the rich richer. I'd rather not have to and be content myself.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Being more simplistic in living. And you also have a lot more freedom in that way for you. You can be there at home with your 5 kids, with your wife. The family can be together. You can do fun activities that don't necessarily have to cost a lot of money. You can put all that together. Now, before we let you go, there was a few things that you had mentioned on your website that you're doing or on your Steamit account that we could see. So if you wouldn't mind, could you share your screen with us and maybe tell us where you are, what you're doing on your site? Go ahead and do that now. You can click on the share screen. There we are. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is his first time on Zoom, and he's already doing well with it. So we compliment you on your technical skills. So this looks like your page. Tell us a little bit about what you got here.
This was a recent post that was part of a series started by We Tree Bonsai that Daddy Curbs also got into, and really it was geared towards advice for people getting to Steamit from YouTube. However, people getting to Steamit from anywhere have a lot to gain by a lot of the information that was shared. So you can see it's 4 days old in my my history here. But what I did is about 6 months ago, and that's one thing is people often, they look up at me. There's been times where I've been the #1 trending author in the entire world on Steamit. That's insane. I didn't know how to upload a photo. I didn't know how to upload a video to YouTube. I didn't know how to style with Markdown. I still don't know all sorts of stuff. Sometimes people will ask me, hey, did you just take a picture of your screen? I said, well, yeah, I don't know how to do a screenshot. That's how I do it. So everything you see is kind of new stuff that I've been up to. So I didn't really have a game plan coming into Steemit. But what I was able to do is realize at some point, like, whoa, I'm the #1 trending author. Whoa, I'm getting much better payouts than other people. Whoa, these things are happening. And then to look back and kind of, since I didn't have a plan moving forward, I could look back and evaluate why. You know, how did
Yeah.
this work out for me? What happened that may have led to the success? So a lot of my time has been spent on reflection, trying to impart knowledge and advice to others that hopefully is valid. So about 6 months ago, I was asked to do just some helpful videos, and I wound up making 18 of them total. And I combined them all in this post here, figuring that YouTube people would be video-like people. And
Mm-hmm.
just kind of head through the thing. This is the 5-minute version, the condensed version that you see now on your screen. And then
Mm-hmm.
I kind of share all the way through about, you know, your intro posts and commenting what to do there, quality and quantity, and not sacrificing quantity or quality for quantity. You know, anyone can pump out a bunch of garbage quick. And a lot of times in the early days of Steemit, a lot of people were just, how's this thing working? Why did that work and not this? And they were just posting and posting and posting. And a lot of it was just junk posts. I mean, it's what it was. And one thing that I can't really stress enough to people or help to point out is if you do not make quality posts, your chance of getting noticed and having people really like you is slim. However, until you get noticed, you're going to make a lot of quality posts that aren't going to do anything. You're going to get nickels for stuff you spent hours on, and it's going to be potentially discouraging. One thing is, if you give up, there's no chance you're ever going to do better. I can guarantee that. However, although Steemit offers no guarantee or no promise, what it does give you is the opportunity and the potential. And that's a lot more than anyone else is willing to give you online right now, is the opportunity and
Well said.
earn something for your content. So
Yes.
don't look at it as things that aren't getting, or, you know, they're not working for you. Look at it as an investment rather than, you know, I invested a lot into my history here, and I am reaping a return on it. However, I used to think about quitting every other day. If I had, you'd never be seeing any of this. So I just go
Mm-hmm.
through 18 different videos and 18 different kind of concepts where I share all sorts of stuff. And even this, if you look at this here, video 5 says consistency and series. Well, I was continuing this series at this point, and I was posting on a daily basis. But if you notice the background in this video, I'm at the hospital. We had just had our 5th child that day. And interestingly enough, I made a post about that and talked about, you know, we have a new little Pepper here. And for a while, that was like my highest paying post of all time. So if we evaluate it, we could say, oh, so Papa Pepper's really good at birth announcements. If all of Papa Pepper's posts were birth announcements, then he'd do even better, right? Well, it's kind of going to show that it is who you are in the community too. If you've, you know, become a household name, endeared yourself to others, you've built real relationships and real friendships, that really the community was coming together to rejoice with me and Mama Pepper. So like I said, this one's 4 days old in my history. It's got a lot of good advice. If you're really looking to be serious about Steemit, I think you're going to find a lot here. And then day 7 was a really good one too, because it's based off an old post I did called How to Commit Steamicide. Steamicide being pretty much username suicide on Steemit. And I've seen a lot of people do it. There's different ways to do it. And if we understand how, you can really, I don't know, I want to call it a career, but, you know, tank your opportunity on Steemit and how to destroy it. If we understand how to do that, then we know how not to if we choose to do something else.
Those are very good points. And I think those of you that are watching this, you'll want to go over there and watch these videos. I've seen several of them myself and really enjoyed them. You did a good job in putting all this together. And so what's the name? Go back up to the top if you don't mind, so they can make sure they get the name of this and know how to find it, where to go. It'll be on Steemit, and you want to look for the post that is entitled
Day 9 Steemit, the foreign country, for those getting here from YouTube. And it's going to have that little logo on it there. So.
All right. That is marvelous. All right. And thank you very much for sharing your screen there. That's really nice to be able to do that. Well, ladies and gentlemen watching this, you've got a man here that is really a brilliant person. He knows how to connect on Steemit and another social media too. You want to get to know him. Now, before we let you go, any final words that you want to say to those Steemians that are out there, those that are just getting started, or maybe even some of the whales that you could do it? The floor is yours, sir. What would you like to tell them?
I think I'll work my way from the bottom up. So to the little guys, like I'm going to say, you have an opportunity here, and what you do with it's your choice. The blockchain is forever, so to say. So if you're having a hard day, if you need to vent, if you're angry about something, maybe don't blast everyone on Steemit and don't throw it out there for everyone to see. That'd be a good idea. And then also, I kind of make the joke sometimes, oh, well, I don't do anything for free. And the reason I say I don't do anything for free is that anything I'm up to in my life could potentially be content. And as I said, it may be mundane and normal to me, but to somebody else, it could be fantastic. And the more we kind of share of our lives, the more we get to know each other, the more we build real relationships, and the more the community is knit together. And then as well, one thing I learned a long time back, and you've been here forever, Terry, but there was, the whale experiment before, where there were whales trying to counteract boats of whales and different things going on. And I think that one thing we run a risk at on Steemit is there's two ways to analyze things. That one is just the data, one is just the numbers. If I do this, this should happen, and there's different ways to tweak that. But we're kind of dealing with a hybrid here, because we're not just dealing with technology, we're not just dealing with the blockchain, we're also dealing with a social media aspect to it. So what's happened is you've combined real people and feelings with cold hard data, and if we focus too much on either of those, the other one is going to suffer. So just kind of, thinking about that is, empathy and understanding how it's going to affect real people, I think, is very important. And just one more thing about just, cryptocurrency and stuff like that is cryptocurrency, as far as I'm concerned, really had no place for the common man before, because the common man is hand to mouth. He's paycheck to paycheck. Unless he's somebody who's mining it or doing something like that, he doesn't really have any money to invest in it or those type of things. Where one thing that Steemit did is allowed us all to really mine cryptocurrency with our mind. And I can take all my Steem and turn it into Bitcoin or into something else. So I can mine Bitcoin just with my mind right now, with my content creation. And it really is an economic power to the people. It's a way where in your quote unquote free time, when you're not slaving away for somebody else, that you can have some fun doing what you like to potentially get a return on that investment that can give you economic leverage in a day and age where otherwise it's pretty crushing for the average person. So I love that fact about it. Even as I said, our goal was always to build a house out of pocket. I can honestly tell you, I'm not sure how that would have happened or if it would have happened, but now I can say that it is going to happen, but that's only because of what Steemit's provided. And that is crazy to think about, that, I can build a house once this life, and as long as it never burns down or gets destroyed, I'll never have to pay for it again, all because of Steemit at this point.
That is amazing. Yes, indeed. Well, you have a lot of wisdom, and you've helped so many. On behalf of the entire Steemian community, thank you so much, Papa Pepper, for all that you've done for us, and thank you for being here with us today for this interview.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, and may you be blessed as you continue.
Well, thank you very much. And for those of you watching this, I want you to step back and think about what you've just seen. This is a wonderful experience for you, not just in Steemit. Yeah, it's going to help you a lot in that, but also in life. How to look at life. Get to know this man. Go over there, make sure you're following him, and then you'll get a regular stream of information that comes out when he's there. You'll get that information, study it, watch the videos. There's a lot of wisdom. Take notes on it. Seldom does one exposure to new material really last. What you'll want to do, and I'd encourage you now, go back and watch this video again and take notes on it and go, oh, yeah, that's right. And then pause it and go over and try something. He has given a lot of good information here. Papa Pepper has helped a lot of people. He's done a lot of good. And as someone who has seen many in this Steemit Success series that I've done, he's got a lot of information. You start putting these concepts together, these building blocks of information, you'll be better not only in Steemit, but also in other ways that you live and work with life. I'm Terry Brock, and on behalf of the Steemit community and for terrybrock.com, thank you very much for joining us today.